What's going on this morning, folks? Uh-oh. What's going on this morning? Bob, what's happening? There's a noisy channel on there.
Remote already in this mode.
Good morning, there is VA3GIN. I guess the repeater was open to other areas or something.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I was like, oh, look at there. We got some international traffic or something. I guess there was some French in the background. Don't speak French, but maybe that was some French in there. Good morning to you. Thanks for checking in. So we have VE3GA and anybody else out there want to check in? We'll do some quick check-ins, then we'll do a round robin. Please come now. All right, we got VE3KCB in there too. Anybody else, please come now. I thought that was one of the guys from Quebec trying to log in, and I just caught a bit of that. I thought that was the AllStar node kicking in there. Over.
I don't know how it works there, which node, but obviously it wasn't from here, and yes, it was French from Quebec.
So Bob, what are you up to this morning? Did you finish your work week last night, or you still got a couple more days to go over?
Oh, I'm done till Friday. I'm back on Friday, and yeah, I got up around 7, checked what's going on at HF, and interesting enough, I finally got a new country. I was stuck at 158 countries forever on HF. The first 100 is super easy to get, and after that, they're kind of repetitive, so it's hard to get new ones. So I was stuck at 158, and this morning, I was able to get through to, not sure if I can pronounce this right, Samoa, Sierra Alpha, Mike, Oscar Alpha, and that's my 159th contact, and they are way, way off the coast of New Zealand, which is kind of cool.
We're about to leave this frequency, folks. I'm just going to go figure out where we're going to go. I think we're going to go to SDG. This is VA3EWV. There seems to be some traffic on this frequency. Let's QSY over to the Cornwall repeater there. by the hospital, VE3SVC. Can everybody QSY over to VE3SVC 147.180? If you can hear me, VE3SVC 147.180. Hello, this is VA3EWV. Did everybody make it over here to VE3SVC? Listening.
VE3PGC.
All right, good, Rick. You made it over here, good, and you heard me over the other frequency there. So that's good. I got to do my first QSY team to move to another frequency. Feeling pretty excited about that. How you doing this morning?
Doing all right. My update from my lakefront property is clear. Kind of warm. The river is like glass. Visibility is ... which is a good thing. And for some reason, there's not too many birds this morning. Maybe they've blown the coop.
Oh yeah, you said there were like dozens and dozens out there yesterday. It must be too hot for them. They're probably like, no, we're out of here.
Oh, I'm sure they're in another location. They don't seem to leave that early, that fast. But when you don't want them, they're here. And when you want to look at them, they're on another property somewhere. I guess the sign where I said warning, no trespassers, actually worked this morning.
Yeah, it seems like those are some educated waterfowl out there. All right, I'm going to see if we can get people back and forth. This is going to be an interesting morning, I think so, eh? VA3 KCB?
Well, it could very well be interesting. I'm just wondering how the other two gentlemen are on the Bonville Repeater. They sound like they're far away anyways.
I do know that there's some instructions on the SVARC page to turn on stuff and turn off stuff and things of that nature. But I didn't want to mess with it. This is an anomaly. Like we're on every morning, so you know this is something I haven't heard in about 2 months, right? So I still have the other radio on. I have that little handheld on PGC. And I'm just going to see if I can let everybody know that we're here in the meantime. VE3GIN, did you make it over here?
Yep, I'm here.
So it's amazing to me on the Bonville Repeater, you guys sound crystal clear. You don't sound bad, but if you listen to the, if you have a chance to listen to the Facebook, and this is being recorded, so I hope that doesn't matter to you guys. But if you do listen to the Facebook, you'll hear that there's some noise in the background on both of you there on this. Let me go see if somebody else is over there, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys?
Yeah, there's a hiss. You have like a hiss in the background too, I hear.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like yeah, it's a hiss. It's not that it's bad, but it's just a hiss. It's not, and I guess that's what they mean by full quieting. So in the Bonville Repeater, you got the full quieting on this one, and Rick is right up on top of that one. I guess it must just be the radios or the equipment over there, eh?
I would think so, yeah. Something with the repeater.
Did anybody else make it over here? We have KCB and JIN. Anybody else make it over? Before I get distracted too, Samoa. Could you spell that country again? It's SAMO something. You were saying. And that's pretty exciting, by the way. That's what it's all about. You know, trying to get those ticks off the thing and stuff like that. So I thought that Samoa sounds like almost in Africa or something like that, eh? But it's not. It's near New Zealand. Could you spell it for me one more time, please?
Yeah, it's Samoa, Sierra Alpha, Mike, Oscar Alpha, and I guess they used to be part of New Zealand, but now they're now independent from what I Googled. But it's really far off the coast of New Zealand, straight north of them, and it's about the same distance for them to go to Australia or New Zealand, but I guess it used to be part of it. So I don't know if they have they're doing some kind of de-expedition, but cameras go there and just do radio, I'm not sure.
Well, I'm glad you got that 158. That's pretty exciting. You know, I hear you and VE3ARF and even Dean and Rick and a lot of people that are also working those HF frequencies. It's pretty exciting when you get a new country on your belt there, eh? So I'm just gonna take a pop over there. Well, I have the radio here. Let me just take a listen. It seems to be quiet over there now. 1 second, I'll be right back. This is.
Yeah, it is in the expedition, and it's 159 countries now, so that's pretty.
Okay, so 159. Okay, I'll be right back. This is VA3EWV. VA3EWV, listening.
To catch that country. They were on.
Hello, this is VA3EWV with the Cornwall Coffee Conversation Community Hour. There was someone else using the frequency. Are you still using the frequency? Over. What's up, Michael?
that's going to work out.
We're here this morning. There's something going on with PGC. There was some interference, so we moved over to VE3SVC. But that repeater is very, very noisy. So we're about to see what's going on, and I'm going to try to find us another frequency to go to. How are you this morning? You can type right in the comments if you'd like. I think we're going to go to VE3FHA.
Some of the other fellow share Wyo has been helpful with back up on the air.
This is VA3EWV and VA3EWV Ernest. This morning we're going to be doing the Cornwall Coffee Conversation and Commute. We're going to be moving over to VA3FHA. VA3FHA 147.030. VA3FHA. We're going to QSY over there in about 5 minutes. It is now 8:19, so we're going to try to get over there in about 5 minutes. We're currently on the VE3SVC repeater, but it is super noisy and choppy. So we're going to try to move over to VA3FHA. This is VA3EWV, VE3GIN, and VA3KCB. This, I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's just super noisy, and even when you guys are talking, it's choppy. That's pretty strange. I chose this one because it was right in Cornwall, right? So let's, if y'all don't mind, I hate doing this to you, but VA3FHA, that's one that I hear them on very frequently. VA3FHA is 147.030. Can we QSY over to that one, please, and thank you? This is VA3EWV, looking for VE3GIN and VA3KCB, over. VA3EWV to VA3KCB.
VE3KCB, VE3EWV.
Okay, that's a whole lot better than the Cornwall up here. VE3GIN, did you make it, over?
Yep, I'm here. VA3GIN. Yep, this is much better. Yeah, I don't know. That Cornwall repeater is never great in my experience.
I'm gonna have to bring that up to someone. Maybe Doug already knows, but I'll bring that up to him. I'll send him a little bit of the recording there, because even when you were talking, I was trying to, I was very interested in what you were saying, and Rick was asking you what frequency you got it on, and it was just going ta 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 when you were talking, eh?
Yeah, it wasn't as bad here. There's just a hiss, and it just makes your voices sound more distant, but I can hear.
Awesome. And what this reminds me of, well, not reminds me, this also gave me something to do. Well, since we're all on the radio, a lot of us, at least weekly here on this thing, I think this is going to be our go-to. So if something happens again, I'll put that on my website too. I put, hey, it's Monday, we're on this frequency, you can get us on EchoLink, AllStar, yada, yada, yada. Then I'll say, in case the frequencies, in case something happens, our next spot is the FHA. And I think I'll keep it like that, and then we'll automatically know if we have something like that happen. We'll just go over to this one. That sounds like a plan, eh?
Sounds good to me. I guess that's why they got multiple repeaters.
That's a good. You always make me. A lot of y'all crack me up. I tell you, you crack me up a lot. So I'm gonna go back on to PGCSC. No, I'll be back and forth because I have another handheld there. So I'll just be going back and forth though, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
This is VA3EWV, VA3EWV with the Cornwall Coffee Conversation Commute. We had the QSY over to VA3FHA. There's a lot of traffic on this frequency earlier and was causing some disturbance. So we have moved over to VA3FHA. If you want to join us, please do so.
VA3EWV, VE3HTR, how copy?
Go ahead, Doug. VE3HCR, go ahead.
Good morning, Ernest. How copy? You're copying me okay?
Oh yeah, full quieting. You sound really good this morning.
Yes, it's not the repeater. I was listening on the input, and that noisy signal is there on the input, even stronger than through the repeater. So it's not the repeater that is acting up. It's the other station is completely unreadable.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, okay. That's pretty good to know. Cause I was like, what's going on? I was hoping that you or Rick would pop on there and give some feedback.
Went back to PGC there. He's talking to.
Let me turn it down. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool situation, and we were able to go over to VA3FHA, which is pretty nice. If something like this happened to you, which repeater on the list of repeaters would you go to? I thought let's go to the Cornwall repeater, but to the three of us, it's a little bit hissy, right? But FHA seems to be not. It's looking pretty good. Over.
Either FHA or VSW. VSW is also in Bonville. Should be have the same coverage as this one does.
VSW. Oh yeah, I saw that one said Yaesu Fusion, so I kind of stared away. You had told me like a couple of nets back about a certain Fusion one, and I'll be doggone if this past Monday night net I did that same repeater. But I have it all in yellow now to not go to that one. Okay, well thank you. I think we'll get the group back over here then until something else happens, and then if something does go down, we'll just try the other Bonville repeater in the future. Over.
FHA is also a Yaesu repeater, and VC is also a Fusion repeater, and VSW and SDG VHF. It's just the SDG VHF 14557 that we kind of reserve for the Fusion guys. All the others are analog or Fusion, doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, because I have that on my page here, but now I'm going to highlight that one in VA3SDG 145-570 to say that it is kind of reserved for the Fusion. And the other ones are Come As You Are. Okay, that makes sense. All right, thank you for that. I'm going to try to get the guys back over here now to this one, because this was super nice. This is my favorite repeater out of all of them. Over. Sorry about that, guys. If you guys can QRT, if you guys can QSY over back to PGC, that'd be great. Sorry about the rock and roll this morning. Okay. Whoop. Sorry about that. Okay, guys, we're back over here to the VE3PGC, my favorite repeater of all repeaters here in Cornwall area. You were the coffee conversation and commute there. Had a little bit in there from the technical director, giving us some knowledge there on what may be going on. I thought that there was when I heard that pop in there, Rick and Bob. We have a guy that comes in occasionally, but I think I've heard that he's on a ship now. He does his job. This is a pretty cool thing, by the way. His job is to go to ships and change their communication stuff from analog to digital. Isn't that pretty cool? I met him at the Carpam Fest, And he starts telling me that there are repeaters throughout the ship and on each deck and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, what? And, you know, these cruise ships and stuff are very long and you know, stories and stories tall. And he started telling me about all the radio stuff on there, and it just blew my mind. I was traveling Carnival Cruise Line for about 12 years and had no idea about the radio stuff on board. Over. I guess I should have directed that to someone, but that was just general information. Who do we have back? Who do we have back on the frequency? This is VA3EWV listening. Did I lose everybody? VE3LI. Maybe I lost everybody. Uh-oh. This is VA3EWV. Are you guys still over here on the FHA? Over? VA3EWV to VE3GA, and are you there? VA3KCB, this is VA3EWV, are you there? Oh. Oh. My volume is down. Oh, see, you learned something new.
That's good.
I'm having quite the morning here. Guys, and I'm laughing at myself. You'll see me laughing at myself on the thing there. But I asked you guys to come over here. You guys came. Of course, I had the volume down because on the other radio I was getting feedback. And then I was calling out your call sign, seeing if you're there, and then you weren't. And I was like, well, maybe they didn't hear me. Then I went back over to FHA and was calling there. But I forgot I had the volume turned down on that radio. So I'm calling on both radios. And I'm like, oh, I guess they left. I guess it was too much stuff. And then I just happened to made me turn the volume, and I heard you guys talking, and I was like, really? So I'm turning volume down on both radios, and what a mess. This has been an interesting Wednesday morning so far, VA3EWV.
It wouldn't do well in our dispatch system for the ambulance system there. You have to multitask.
Yeah. I just got to know how to use my buttons. You know what I'm going to do? On this radio that I have here, on these old radios that I have, the ones that I put up on the picture. Oh wow, they don't have that either. Only one does. The only one that has is the Yaesu. On the volume control knob, I have 6 radios behind me. One radio has a little white line on the turn knob, and that's the Yaesu. All the rest of these radios do not have a turn knob, They don't have a white line to let you know if it's on, if it's high or low. The knob it's just the knob. So that's pretty confusing. Over. Go ahead, Rob. Thank you for coming in too. Go ahead.
I have a solution to your problem. I'm not casting any aspersions about your age, but it's called sticky notes. They work wonders. I just put a sticky note on the shelf in front of me to remind me what I have to do.
Yep, and I'm going to go get me some of that whiteout. I know the wife has some old school whiteout in the little bottle. I'm just going to make me a white line on there because this is not the first time this happened. Because I guess since these things have knobs that just turn forever, and there might be an indicator on there. Oh, it's all in black and I can't see it. That's the problem. So I'm just going to put a little fingernail polish on it or something, and since my age, I might put me some hot pink on there so I can see it from far over.
Make sure volume is up as good
goodness, I'm gonna have to do both. Where are you heading off to this morning, Rob?
This morning I'm heading up to Alexandria for my first point of call, and then off to Chesterville after that.
Okay, and we have had some very good days, you know, like, oh my goodness, the weather's just been beautiful, and stuff like that. Also, for those of you that are participating in my Fall Back in Love with Amateur Radio, etc., I'm going to be putting the calendar out today to send to you guys ahead of time. It officially kicks off on the weekend of this weekend. So those of you that are opening up your shacks, whether it's virtual or in person, you can choose the dates and times, because I know everybody's schedules are floating. And don't worry if you put a date down and you can't do it and you have to change it. Don't worry about it. As long as you tell me, I'll update it and get it out to everybody. And for those of you that are wanting to participate and listen in on that stuff or watch it or come over and visit, I'll have a sheet out just with the times and dates, and then you'll have to get a hold of me for the addresses and stuff like that, so you can connect. But I think that's going to be a fun event. I got that idea partially from Field Day with the Get on the Air station, and partially from a program that they run in Ottawa where they open up museums or people's houses or something like that. My friend goes to it every year, and they open up something, and it's like just a walkthrough that you can go to people's houses or as museums, one or the other. And for that. Anyway, back over to you, Rob. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, we have something, I'm not sure, I've never participated or done anything about it, but in this area called Apples and Art that happens in the fall, and I think something like local artists do something similar, and somehow fall apples are involved, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to concentrate on my driving. I'll be listening in, VE3EWV mobile.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being in there. Okay, well, we've had a little bit of a rocky morning, but everything's still good. We've recovered. It is 8:35 a.m. Here, October 4th. It is now 17 degrees here in St. Andrews West. So again, everyone, high of 30 here, low of 15. It says the air quality is good, and we're supposed to have 11 hours of sunlight today. My solar panels have just been enjoying it. I've been getting some peak time. At the beginning of the summer, we dealt with the smoke from the fires, and I'm glad that they're getting some of that under control. I had no idea that we'd have. I had no idea how smoke affected the solar here, just like anything else, like clouds. So I had very low generation in the first part of the year, but this month has proven to be really good. We've had check-ins from VE3JIN, VA3KCB, VA3ARF. Could you be number 4? This is VA3EWV listening. Okay, nothing heard. So tomorrow, we if everybody wants to, we could probably check the other repeater there in Bonville to have our go-to frequency. So if somebody's on PGC, the other one is VE3VSW, VE3VSW, and that's on the UHF. So both of those on UHF, both at the same place. They're going to have similar coverage, and that's what we'll try to do. So Bob, with that 159th, I have 158 here, but I know it's your 159th. What made me really laugh about that, and Rob's going to get a laugh out of this too, because him and I were talking a little American politics. We're not going to talk about politics on air, but one of the politicians said something like, they said they were saying something on the TV, and they said something about more than 20,000 countries, and someone started laughing. So I guess if we had 20,000 countries to check off our list, we'd be there all day trying to check things off, right, Bob?
Yeah, QSL. I would imagine they would accumulate pretty fast too. If they started calling like every state a country or every province a country. But yeah, I just wanted to get the math right because I've been struggling between 158 and that one extra today for I must be a year now that I haven't been able to. Every time I make a contact, I'm like, oh, I think this
Well, I'm glad that needle moved today. That's for sure. I was telling a couple of friends the story. I tell it a lot now. To the new hams. Every time there's a new ham that gets in, I tell them about the excitement of being on amateur radio after I see while they got into the thing, this and that. And then I say it's nothing like getting that first contact. And then I said, I have a friend, and he had contact with the International Space Station. And I got to listen to it, and I'm like, that guy tried over and over and over and over. I'm like, the most beautiful thing was he got it on tape, you know? So it's kind of like when you have a fishing story, you know, a big fish story, and you know you only caught a fish that you could use for bait, but you said it was like 12 feet long. So it's good to see that, and you got that documented today too, so that's awesome.
Yeah, copy that. I just sent you a link there, something that reminded me for a job there, potentially for you if you want. Since you like to talk, this one is all about talking on the radio.
Hey, I saw a job similar to this with the Canadian forces there, eh? Oh yeah, oh this looks good. I'm gonna have to get into that one. All right, thank you for saying that, Bob. All right, VA3KCB, what are you up to? You still out there?
So I'm here, gonna finish off my coffee soon and head to the grocery store, get some more groceries, and from there I'm gonna pick up another Nicholas Light for a secondary mass.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're going to have a good morning here. This is the hump week. Usually Tuesday is our day that everybody forgets their name and stuff like that and things happen. A little bit of that stuff today. Bob, really fast, most of the knowledge and certificate things, okay, I think I got that. Believe it or not, because I was doing 911 with the Natchez Parish Sheriff's Department before I even came to Canada. So I'm going to have to... I don't know how I'm going to get this in the resume because it's been over 10 years since I did 911 dispatch and all that stuff with the military and all that, but I don't know. Because if I put forth my resume that I have now that's just all management, the bot's going to kick me out and never even look at it. Thank you for saying that. Might have to give these people a call in person there, so I appreciate that. Over.
No problem. They're always looking for people. It is a high-stress job, but you've done it before. If you say that, I would certainly put that in the resume, doesn't matter how long, and put in that you're also an amateur radio operator, and all these things help to say that you're not shy to talk on the air. Your only barrier might be you're not bilingual, but you know what? They're looking for so many people that they might overlook that. I don't know. It's a good job, and it pays well, and you get full benefits,
Well, the beautiful part about it, the reason I came back to you straight away, it says French oral comprehension, English oral, reading, writing, and all that stuff like that. But you know what? I've been in the high tech sector here in Ottawa for 23 years, and a lot of times at these places they're 70-30. Like I don't know what rules and stuff that are in the political scheme there, but I know I've ran a lot of companies here, and not that I wanted to, it's just that they outsource or whatever. But we have 70% French, 30% English. The highest I've ever seen was 80% French, 20% English. But in management, you can kind of get away with it because, especially if they have escalation managers. So when I was at Shared Services, on Canada Post, they had escalation managers. So even though I was a manager, I never had to worry about having to call somebody and talk to them and serving them in French. I just dealt with the runnings of the business and the scheduling and all this kind of stuff like that. So I'll go and put my stuff in. Who knows? I might not be able to do the CCCCCCC. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, if I get a job, what's going to happen? I'm like, oh, I'll just do it in the evening time. It'll be the commute back from work. You know me. Or I'll just talk to myself. Over. VA3EWV listening.
Like I said, they might overlook that, so it doesn't hurt to apply, and,
Thank you so much again. We are here with 3 check-ins this morning, looking for number 4. It is 8:43. We're going to be getting our station identification in just 2 minutes. That keeps me on track. I think it's every 15 minutes. I'm trying to track it, but I believe it's every 15 minutes. Could you be number 4? This is VA3EWV. Okay, nothing heard. Rob, I know you're concentrating on your driving out there. Rob. But look, you're going to have to call me this evening so we can talk about one of my friends there. I saw this little meme or little picture on Facebook this morning that says, please check everything that looks like a speaker, you know? So you're going to have to call me about that tonight, over. Yeah, no, I can't wait to talk to you about that tonight later on. That's gonna be some fun conversation there. The wife's like, "Where'd you go?" Because once I saw everything was being live streamed yesterday, I was just so anxious to see what the outcome was gonna be, and I was sad and happy with it. I gotta tell you. But anyway, we'll talk about that later on. We have a VA3LI that has checked in on Faceplace there. VA3LI has checked in on Facebook there and saying good morning to everybody. So good morning to you, Michael there.
Good morning, Mike. I did recognize the call for a second. It just hit me. That's right. Yeah, I know exactly who that is. Motorcycle Man.
Oh, was that like a CB handle or something? Motorcycle Man? Because everybody, there was a lot of bands when I was growing up on the Love Meter, right? LA Man, Cotton Man. There was all kind of mans, So Motorcycle Man, that would be one if he was a motorcycle, like a repair person or something, I would love to know everybody's old 11 meter CB handle. Probably a lot of you guys didn't even ever touch that, but if you did, I would love to know what your handle was. Mine was Ratchet Jaw. My daddy gave me Ratchet Jaw when I was 7 or 8, because he just didn't. Instead of saying, "Boy, you never shut up," he says, "Boy, you just a little Ratchet Jaw," and that was my nickname instead of Big Po Chop or something like that. But it was Ratchet Jaw as long as I can remember. Yeah, we have quite a few motorcycle enthusiasts here in the club, and it's so. One thing I learned in management that really got my teams and stuff, they work together really good, because I was never trying to be anybody's best friend at work, but we had enough conversations that when I called somebody to talk to them, the rest of the team didn't say, "Oh my God, he's in trouble" or whatever. Because I love to talk, so I was always hired in a people management role. So I'd say, "Oh Mike, can I see you today at the office? Oh Bob, can I see you today at the office?" And they're like, "Okay." And for them, that just meant they had to break off the phone, because they know I was going to sit there and talk minimum, 30 minutes at least. Just talking about this and that and whatever. But yeah. I love the handles and stuff like that. Now, it'll be interesting to see what some of the folks' handles are. Their old-timey handles.
Well, considering mine was from when I was 12, I think it was Wolf. Just like a plain old Wolf.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Oh, and then my favorite was when we had the little ladies on there and they had their little handles, you know what I'm saying? I can't think of any now, but we had about 7 or 8 girls there where I was living in Natchitoches, Louisiana. And I remember getting me a job at Domino's Pizza. And it was so awesome because the person let us put a base station in the store, a base station radio with a, you know, I think we probably had a 200-watt antenna, 200-watt amplifier, whatever type of antenna, and it was a flat building. We had that up, and all my CB buddies, they wanted to come and work, so it was so awesome to sit there and, you know, have reports and okay, and they're like, oh, where do I go? What kind of thing did I have in the yard when they're getting lost? It was fun, you know, back then, talking on the radio, and nobody was having any wrecks. Then you get the cell phones in, and you know, people are. I know going to the States to bring my daughter to Syracuse, they had signs along that highway. We went through Ogdensburg, I think it was, and they said, if you get 3 tickets for texting while driving, you lose your license. And I'm like, wow, do they text that much? And then they, like, if you've ever been down that way, down the road, like every 30 minutes, they have a text place that you can pull over and just text. Heck, going from here to Sault Ste. Marie, you can barely get a place over to go and take a pee. So I'm like, what's going on here, over? I like the 401. Those own routes were very nice, man. Air conditioned, plenty of parking. Used to have a gas station there. No, I think they all have a gas station. You know, very, very clean facilities and stuff. Not so bad price, you know, and stuff like that. But you can go in and stretch out. I've slept in those parking lots quite a few times on my travels here and there, over.
These ones in Germany are more like you pull off and there's like a row of trees in between the highway and the rest area. So it's like you're almost like in a little park. You're pulling off and you can rest in there.
Yeah.
So it gives you a break from seeing the highway even. It's really well thought out. But I mean, of course, the distances aren't as long either. So they're very industrious in Germany. Everything's and their roadways in Germany. My friend who I was staying with said that the way Canada treats its healthcare, the Germans treat their roadways like it's a national pride, so they have to have everything just perfect, you know.
I like to get down there and see that. Yeah, in New York, they have it going on pretty good because I've left in Watertown. I've traveled down that way before, Ogdensburg that way, Sault Ste. Marie that way. I haven't done through the Cornwall. The only thing I've done through Cornwall is go over straight to the Walmart, but I haven't gone deeper in the States through that route there. But even the one through Ogdensburg, they have that same thing like you're saying. The roads are very nice. I tell you, it was the thing said a 3-hour commute. Very smooth roads, not a lot of construction, nice scenery. It was a pleasant drive there to pick up the daughter and come back home. A very pleasant drive to drop her off. VA3KCV, did you have a handle on the 11 meter there, over?
Oh, I certainly did. Started off in the 70s as Mr. Bojangles.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
And in the 80s, I was calling the handle of King Cobra. And I've had that handle, I think, for 40 years now. I've already given you your handle, by the way, so you can see it there. As a note from the south, I thought that would fit you well. Of course, you can't use that on ham radio, but certainly on 11 meter, that would fit you well.
Yeah, so you had two. I love the Mr. Bojangles. I can hear me saying that one now, you know, with a little bit of echo in it, you know, that'll be pretty good. So Mr. Bojangles, and then King Cobra, and then Robert had Wolf. Mine was Ratchet Jaw, and the only other one I had was L.A. Man, because they used to call me that. So when I was stationed in South Carolina there, you know, I was still doing radio, and they pick up on the accent, and they was like, where you from? And I'm like, Louisiana. So they said LA man. And when I was traveling in Texas to Fort Sam Houston, or where my wife was stationed at that time, I used LA man, because you're driving a lot of interstate, you know. That's one thing that the States has good that I love is the interstates there. Over. Anyway, I'm back. I will definitely use the mouth of the South, though. I can hear me ringing that one out right now. You know, I could definitely use that one. You know, I guess when I get my 11 meter back up here in Canada, they won't know nothing. So I might hit them up with that mouth of the South. Come on.
I think it suits you well, whether it's VHF or
I'll have to get me a special call sign, VA3MOTS, Mouth of the South, VA3MOTS. That'll be my new call sign. It'll be an extended version. VE3JAN. Bob, you never was. You probably grew up and went straight to HF, didn't you?
No. I started doing 2019 on ham. I had TVs in the 80s, and my handle was Hawk.
Oh, HAWK, like Hawk, like that?
Yeah, like the bird, Hawk.
Oh man, you know I'm smiling here from ear to ear. I can't even see out of my eyes, but oh yes, indeed, I could definitely be. You know, when I see y'all in person, you know, from now on, if I see you in person, you know you're gonna get that. How about you? You know, how about you, Hawk? You know it's gonna happen. Just be prepared for it. You won't hear it on this, but you'll hear it in person. And so Wolf and I know it's King Cope. I like the Mr. Bojangles though. I gotta tell you, you know. And I'm going to be officially Mouth of the South. So, you know, when y'all see me now, I'm no longer Ernest. I'm going to change my name to Mouth of the South because I like that. Over.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know how it works. Like, if I sometimes go to like the local Tim Hortons or something, and I see someone that I used to talk to on the TV, and they knew who I was, they will address me by Hawk, even though it's been 30 years or 40 years. They know me as Hawk. They don't even know my first name.
Oh yes. My best friend that we called each other the day I got that Galaxy Saturn. It was the best day. I was so elated and stuff like that, and he had his, and we thought because we both had it, we'd be able to talk from Canada to the States. You know, like had the Antron 99 up as high as I could get it and stuff like that, and you know, I've always talked to him, even, you know, after we had kids and all this stuff, I would call him B-Ice, you know? And it wasn't until like 2 years ago, and I said to him, I'm like, B-Ice, what was that for, you know? He said, you remember Vanilla Ice? Because he was a white guy living in the hood, and that was just odd in itself. And I remember that he got the little braids and stuff like that, and I'm like, B-Ice, you like, you know you white, right? And it reminds me of that Trailer Park. It reminds me of the Trailer Park Boys episode where, I forgot his name, but the guy, anyway, okay, I'm getting off track here. But no, I would always tell me, I said, but you know what, we'd be at a store or something like that. I remember him and I bumping into at the DMV, and I'm like, what's going on, B.I.S.? And he's like, oh, nothing to it, Rapid Jaw, and you know, and I didn't know his first or last name forever. And he didn't know mine then. I guess we were all living incognito back then, over.
Yeah, QSL. And I got that name. I don't know if you ever watched that show called Airwolf in the 80s. It was like, kind of like a fighter helicopter, like not an Apache, but some kind of super high-tech combat helicopter show in the 80s called Airwolf. And the pilot's name was Hawk, and that's where I got that. I'm like, oh, I like that name.
Oh. Yeah, and he would go down into the mountain and stuff like that. Yeah, that's where the helicopter would come out of the, not the mountain, the volcano. I think their thing was in the volcano. And speaking of station ID, I do believe it's every 15 minutes, but I think it's like 2 minutes ahead of time on the station ID. Maybe it's on like UTC time or something like that or whatever. But I know it seems like it's every 15 minutes anyway. I hear that, but some other people don't. Like, for example, VE3PRY does not hear the station IDs on his Anytone radio in his truck. Do you guys hear the station ID out there when we're talking or no?
I only hear half of it.
Okay, Rob says he only hears half. So during the hour, I hear it at the top of the hour because they call it out. And then I hear it like every 15 minutes after that. Anybody else hear it, or is it just me and Rob so far?
I hear it.
Like almost like a VE. I don't hear it like a VE3. I hear VE.
Yeah, okay. This one I almost have down pat. I can actually sing. You know, like I hear it so much, and being a musician, when I hear it, I can repeat it. But that doesn't mean I know what the letters all are. I definitely know what V is and E is and 3. Well, I know all these on the VE3PGC because I hear it all the time. You know, I can pop those out anytime. I was learning all of the repeaters first when I was testing. Because I'm still practicing on Morse code as we speak. So, you know, getting it all done. I'm hoping that when we do that fall in love with thing that I'm kicking off here, I'm hoping that we get somebody that does Morse code, because I would love to sit there and watch somebody do Morse code. I haven't seen that in real life yet. I know a couple people may do it and stuff like that, but I want to sit there and watch somebody talk to someone else in Morse code. Over.
Learn your Morse code and pass the test. You can do your HS.
I know there's a guy named Mike there that during a field day, he came back as barbecue and he brought me the key code thing. And even when I was at my parents' house in the airport, stuff like that, I sit there and I do my name, I like all parts of my name, because I won't say the last name. My first name is Ernest. My first middle name is Michael. My third middle name is Wayne, and then I do my last name. And with 4 names, I'm covering I'm covering all the AEIOUs for sure. So I'm getting all the vowels in there for sure, and almost all the consonants, you know.
Yeah, cool. I know there's a bunch of apps on the iPhone that you can download for free that will help you with Morse code as well if you want to practice. I used to do it a year ago there, and then I kind of got lazy and stuff.
Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty busy day. I'm gonna go right now because I'm still looking at that posting that you sent me. I put a posting up on Facebook yesterday, and a lot of friends have been sending me things over, throughout the night and stuff. So I'm gonna buckle down today and get different resumes rewritten, get some stuff out. See if I can get out there. It's been a wonderful summer. This is the first summer I've been at home with absolutely nothing to do. And that's why I got so much stuff done before fall. If I was working, I would have never got this stuff done, but I've been able to put 8-10 hours a day in there doing all that stuff. We are at the top of the hour, folks. I know that a lot of you have other things to do. It's been a pleasure talking to all of you. Thanks, Doug, out there, if you're listening, that was helping us out this morning with whatever was going on there. We've had check-ins from VE3JA and VA3KCV, VA3ARF, and VA3LI. Thank you all so much. This is Ernest with the Cornwall Coffee Conversation and Commute. Hope you guys have a great day. And 7-3 to you all.
Good one, VA3JI, and everybody.
Morning, VE3 mobile clear.
All right, folks. folks, that was a good morning there. Thank you also. Hey, Rick, you're just coming in there. We had a pretty good morning. Rick, we will be seeing you later and stuff like that. And keep it cheesy out there, Mr. Bojangles. So anyway, we heard from how about your hawk? How about your wolf? How about your Mr. Bojangles? How about you, Mouth of the South? And that's all the CB nicknames I got this morning. Y'all have a good rest of your day.